Okay, back on the RCA radio, I have the VM record changer connected, and as you can hear, it's noisy as heck. But I thought we'd give it a little test run. And that's the original cartridge, and I'm surprised still has any output at all. However, that will be replaced with a modern stereo-compatible cartridge. Here's one of the LPs that was on the turntable when I got it.
I get a kick every time I see you standing there before me. I get a kick though it's clear to see you obviously don't adore me.
And of course, the auto function is totally inoperative, which is really no surprise, but at least we see the turntable work somewhat. Okay, we're still playing as far as the radio goes, and you might notice that I have the loop antenna dismounted, and the reason for that is because with the radio mounted inside the cabinet, and the position the loop was mounted in makes it less sensitive. So I've dismounted the loop and will mount it to the back cabinet of the radio in this direction.
In the world, Popeyes.
Call 1-888-FACE-99. That's...
And right now you get my...
Means screw something up this bad.
You know what? I think separating the loop, or moving the loop antenna away from the chassis, helped out the motorboating situation. It's no longer doing all that oscillating and motorboating and squealing that it was doing before.
Reality versus the rhetoric. And we've got a studio audience.
Say, let the people vote and decide if the county should spend that kind of money.
You may recall in the first video where I showed that there was a tone switch on the control panel with nothing connected, and I said I would be connecting a capacitor to that switch that switches the capacitor from the plate of the audio output tube to ground. When the capacitor switched into circuit, it cuts the treble, and right now we have a .047 microfarad cap in the circuit. It sounds pretty good. Okay, what you're hearing now is the capacitor in the circuit. That's the capacitor out of circuit. Now we're back in circuit. Now I'll try a .033 and see how that sounds. Okay, now you're hearing it with a .033 microfarad capacitor. With the capacitor, without the capacitor.
We have easy finding.
Here we are with a .022 microfarad cap, with the cap,
right here in Meridian.
without.
601-482-8600 and 601.
I can tell a little bit of difference between the three, and this is probably the value I'm going to go with. Okay, here we are with the chassis all mounted back to the mounting board. That's our treble position. That's our bass position. And whatever capacitor you choose to use is, it's a matter of personal preference. Whichever one gives you the tone that you like.
Blues and nothing but the blues. The legend. 1290 WNBN.
Ken Michaels in the morning on Christian Radio 1390 AM and 92.1 FM WMER.
All right.
And we made use of another terminal strip to add our tone compensation cap. You see I have the wires bundled up and going to the tone switch. And there's one wire here that I probably should have replaced, but it's really not in a position to short out to anything. But yeah, doesn't all this neatly bundled up wiring look better than what you saw in part 1 of this video? Okay, we're all assembled and put back together. Radio works pretty good. There's our treble and bass.
Satisfied with Obama. Now, when it comes to immigration, plug into energy savings. Long time to come.
Reception is not really the best down here in the basement. But it gets all the local stations, and that's what matters, I guess.
Jeff Sessions from Alabama is really worried about what the House is doing.
Now we'll try the phonograph. And here we are with our sacrificial 45 RPM record on the turntable. And actually it was a nice record, but somebody had already sacrificed it before, so no harm done now. And you can hear how noisy that record changer is, so its rubber is definitely going to need to be rebuilt. Okay, here we go. Okay, there you go. And I will be replacing this cartridge. Fortunately, this old crystal cartridge actually bolts to the flip-over bracket, so it's possible for me to install a modern half-inch mount stereo-compatible ceramic cartridge here. Of course, you won't use the flip-over bracket anymore, but it'll still be there for authenticity.
More on the new prediction.
A promise from
big repair to a quick inspection. Just call 601.
Please.
Yeah, rap gospel music.
More localized tsunamis.
Walter Williams, and we're the OJs. The legendary 1290 WNBM Meridian, big time oldies and blazing blues.
This ain't your kids' radio station. This is strictly for the grown folk.
Okay, in the next video we'll tackle the record changer, but that might be a little while because I need to order a new cartridge and a few other things, but we'll get to that soon. Okay, thanks for watching and more to come later.